Okay, and we're back. Welcome to episode 3 of my journey to Jiu-Jitsu. Let's get straight into it. Today was very interesting role. I am exhausted, as I can tell from my voice. I'm very tired. So we start with standing. So this person, I've never rode with before. So it was interesting to see someone start from standing, and so we're just trying to jockey for space, and then straight away I go into the little like leg trip, the leg roll, where I fake going up, and then I go for his knee. But then this was a fatal mistake. As you can see, it didn't work how I thought it would. She went straight into a headlock. So I'm in a cruciating headlock, and you can see I'm trying to keep his leg as straight as I can, because I know that if he starts to bend his leg, all he's gonna do is just basically just pop my head. And I'm just trying to, as I'm trying to keep my hand, trying to keep his leg from him taking out his leg, and you can see me just keeping that. And then as I'm doing that, I'm also trying to get my head from that headlock I'm in. So I think, so as he can see that, so he's trying to just like keep my leg also down, and slowly I think I make my way around it, and so I'm able to just get out of the headlock, and then straight away I'm trying to attack. I'm trying to close the gap, and that's one thing I learned today, is that in jiu-jitsu it's important to close the gap. When you're defending, you have to keep the gap as far as possible, but when you're attacking, you should close the gap. And it's weird because in this position he's attacking me, and I'm trying to distance myself from opening the gap. So I try to stand and just use his body weight to kind of push him off me, and that's why my leg is standing like that. But he just slowly he hangs on, and then once you hang on and you push your body weight onto the person, they have no choice but to come back down again. You see, as you can't see here, but basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push him away and use that to get away from him. But I make the mistake of going too straight on, and so he just kind of rolls me. Now he gets on top of me, so now he's in mount. And so you can see what he's trying to do here, where he's just basically closing the gap between me and him, making sure there's no space for me to breathe. And that's not really good for me, because as he's basically choking me. You can't see here, but he's basically choking my head, and he's using his body weight and his arms to squish my head in between those two. And I'm trying to move from under him, so I pull my leg through his leg, which is good, to try to escape. But he keeps turning, and then he uses his leg. I try to lock his leg, and the mistake I made here is that I turn. And so when I turn, I'm still in the headlock, and I'm basically now I had to tap there, but I'm basically now just in the headlock, upside down. And as you can see, I was just saying how I was basically getting woozy. I was trying to keep on, but I couldn't. So I tap, and we start again, and this time we start from the ground. I'm still trying to work on my game. So a large part of my game is to figuring out how I can make use of the you have to make use of your size and your speed, and also your strength. And so I'm trying to I'm trying to get across his leg and trying to mount him. But as soon as I do that, you see he crosses his arms and catches one of my legs, which is not good for me, because now I can't mount him properly. I try to do what he did to me, which is close the gap. So now my head, but the difference is now my hands are around his head. The only difference is that he has my leg in that little cross thing, and that means that I can't push my body weight onto him as much as I would like to, and he just keeps that leg there. And you can see that he's a large part of when you're beginning in jiu-jitsu, I've learned, is to learning how other people use the techniques against you. So instead of attacking, I'm now on the defensive, because I know that as long as he has my leg, I can't really do anything, and he knows that too. And so he's slowly using that. And now you can see how he's turning me onto his hip. So from being on his back, now he's able to move onto his hip, and all because he was able to lock my leg in from the beginning. So I couldn't really move. And then once you control the legs, you control the hips, and he's able to control the hips with his hands, as you can see there. And so even though I'm close to him, I'm trying to put my body weight on him. It's not making much of an effect, because my whole body weight isn't shifted there. A lot of it is spent on my legs. And you can see as I try to unlock my leg, he uses the opportunity to just kind of roll me, and I know what's coming up, as he's done before. So I'm trying to now bridge, which is basically put my legs in between myself and him, and just keep him as far from myself as possible. And the good thing about jiu-jitsu, you have time to rest because there isn't any rush. There's all technique and there's all dominance, and it's all it's not about speed. It's just about knowing what you're doing. Your opponent can't really do anything about it. And so he see that leg, his left leg that was stumped. That was very good because now I can't push off. I'm trying to push off and escape, and he's basically see. Every time I try to push up and escape, I can't because his leg is now blocking me, and he uses that to push in. And now he controls my arms. You can see he controls the arms. I get my hands free. I try to move back. This position would be good if I was able to lock my legs, but because I wasn't able to lock my legs, he puts his leg over me and then puts my leg over me. And then he's able to mount me on the side. Being mounted on the side is very difficult to get out from because the person, it's basically going straight for your head and your chest, and your hips and your legs are just taken out of it. I try to lock my legs around his legs, how he was doing to me before, and just kind of stretch his legs. And the only way you do that, that's one way to defend. When you know the person, because most of jiu-jitsu relies on chest and then legs to kind of stretch out, and as you stretch out, you're able to apply the force. If the person can't move their legs, then they can't apply that force that they need in order to kind of to submit you. Again, I'm a new beginner, so loads of these things you should be taking as a grain of salt. But what you can't see in this is that he's just slowly bypassing my legs, able to kind of bypass my leg, and I'm able to get away from mount. And as I'm getting away from mount, he kind of locks me again into the headlock, and then the bell goes, and so we're done. But he was just saying, what he's saying is that the legs lock was very, very hard, and the way I was able to lock it, lock his movement with my legs, made it hard for him. But yeah, that was good. And now we have the second row of the day, and so this one is more of a informal row. It was more of a teaching than a competitive role. So straight away you can see that was beautiful. Like even if it happened to me, straight away I tap straight away because he gets his leg around me. So I'm supposed to go across him, but he gets his leg around me, and then pushes me down and then straight into the headlock. There's nothing you can do about that. And see what he did there. So he attacks me by putting his leg in between my leg, and then as I try to block him, he moves across, and now he's laid his body all the way down. I'm trying to control his legs and his arms because in this position, the person has all the leverage, and he tries to do the same thing on me, but I turn my body a bit, which is good but not great because what he's gonna do, he's gonna roll me to the side. He's trying to roll me to his left. I'm trying to bridge myself onto the right because I feel like I've got a better chance. But what he does there, you can't see, but he traps my left arm, and then just in that position you can't really do much. Like he just attacks your head. But yeah, you stop him from getting to that position before he does that. And I know that, but again, with jiu-jitsu, even if you know the trick is coming, it's very difficult because most of the techniques use your own body weight against you, or is just about technique. And so again, I try to do the same. I try to do what he's doing to me, and so again, I stop here to just ask him. So when he steps in, what does he do? Does he step in and then onto the stomach, or does he step onto the leg? And he's just explaining to me that you have to step onto the leg. So once you step onto the leg, you're able to now attack from the side, and then from the side you move straight into the mount, which is what I just did. But I mean, it's much more easier said than done when someone's just letting you do it for him. And so we start from there. We go. I'm in the mount, and he's basically saying, "Attack me." Then attack my. And so you can see what he's doing here. This is why these videos are good, because maybe to see he's able to lift me and turn me by lifting my leg up, and then see, beautiful. So my arms are locked. I can't do anything with my arms, and he just slowly just strangles me, just strangles me using his body weight, using his hands. I'm trying to do that same thing again where I'm trying to escape. But again, with jiu-jitsu, when you're kind of mounted from the back, the person has all the control and has all the leverage, so you can't really escape. See here, was I'm keeping his hands away from my neck because I know what's coming. I know that as soon as he gets into position where he can, he's just going to squeeze. But he's staying on top, and so no matter where I go, he all he has to do is just keep following. And yeah, he I'm closing my neck. I'm kind of keeping my chin down, and see. But there's always a way in jiu-jitsu. So as soon as I see that, when I do that, he attacks my arms, and then yeah, like again, like you can control your neck, but then there's also another way for him to attack you, which is the arms. And I think I'm just explaining to him that when I was in that position, I was trying to do what is called a turtle, which is the kind of clamber up, but my legs were straight. Your legs aren't supposed to be straight. And he's also explaining that you have to find what works for you. You can't always assume that what will work for someone else will work for you. So the turtle wouldn't work for me because as someone's able to just, again, I'm a new beginner, so I can't get my legs in that position to be where my chest is. And so he's able to stretch out my legs and then easily turn it on me. And yeah, I mean, this is again, this was more of a training slash role because he was more he was able to give me like advice and tips, and this was something I really enjoy about jiu-jitsu. Like everyone at the gym is just there to help you. They're also there to obviously roll and grow with themselves, so it's like they understand what it's like to be in your position. And see there, like what I started off in the mount, but because I wasn't able to put my body weight on top of him, he just able to turn me. And yeah, so once he turns me, he's now in a position where he's on a mount, and it's very hard to attack someone there. So I should be trying to push him away. That's what I should be doing. The first thing I should be pushing him away, and that's a good bridge. You know, put my arms where his neck is, but it doesn't really go anywhere because he understands that. He just waits. There's no rush. You know, trusts my legs, and now he's got the legs. Now he goes for the arms, and you can see that little thing he's doing with his arms. It's called the spider, where he just basically walks my arms up into where my face is, and then just squeezes me there, and then kind of turns. It's a very, very good move. Again, you could see from the beginning to end how that was done, regardless of how I tried to. Again, you can stop it. Every move can be counteracted in jiu-jitsu, but you just have to be able to know that before the person makes the move, you have to stop them. And I just wasn't able to do that in that situation. Here I'm asking him how, like exactly what he was how he was able to turn me, and he just showed me that it's by using the leverage of my own weight, and also how he puts his leg up. So I can see here clearly. I was trying to do something similar, but he was saying, yeah, basically you do hip escape. So you escape, you push your leg into the middle, and then using your legs, so you kind of push your body weight up against your opponent to kind of break out of his guard. And then once you've done that, you can be able to control the hands, and the hands will be able to let you have more control. You know, you'll be able to move the opponent where you want. These sessions are very, very interesting to me. They help me learn. You know, I think in anything that you do, everyone always wants to make it seem like they're experts at everything, and you know, I'm not an expert at jiu-jitsu or anything like that. I just really enjoy the sport, and I think it's so cool, and I want to show people that even at the beginning level, it's fun and it's so interesting. It's so it's such a mental game too. It's not just a physical game. It's mental, emotional, and it's mental and emotional. So it's there's also good camaraderie, as you can see. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time, and until next time, peace.